Okay, now I'm going to take a different approach to write the equation for this line here. Okay, we had graph taking equations to a graph. Now you see the line, you have to get back to the equation. First off, nothing on that side matters, okay, of the negative side. It's just this side we're looking at, okay? You put y equals. And on this axis, where do you start at? You start right here. You're going to mark the point there, and that's at 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So start with 3. Then from there, does your line go up or down? Looks like it goes down, so we subtract from 3. Now, as far as what you subtract, you have to find another coordinate. It's got to be right on the grid. I think right there works, okay? So how far down do you go? 1 unit, okay? So you're going to subtract 1, but then you need to underline the 1 and make a ratio, because every time we go down 1, we go 2 to the right, okay? So it's actually 1/2. And then it's x because it repeats itself. See, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, okay? So because it repeats itself an infinite amount of times, I put the x variable behind it. Now, one thing you have to do, though, and this is kind of a rule that you don't like, you need to put the x first. So it's negative 1/2 x, and then 3 is positive, so plus 3. You need the x term first, then your constant. There you have it. There's the equation. Okay, next one. Ignore all that part of the line that's past this y-axis. Just ignore it. Okay, so y equals, where do you start? You start at -3, so you're starting with a negative. Then from there, it looks like my line's rising. So I would add instead of subtract. Now, what are we going to add? Well, you got to find and mark that point, mark the point, and you have to find another point somewhere where it's right on the grid. I think this one here is the first one I can come across. You can go up there too, it doesn't matter. Okay. If you went up there, you just have a fraction that you'd have to reduce to lowest terms. Okay, so how far do I go up? How many squares do I go up? I go up 2. So we're adding 2 over 1, okay? So plus 2 over 1, and then x, because you see it repeats itself, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, okay? So that's why it's 2 over 1. Now, you put that how it's supposed to be. Your x has to come first, but isn't 2 over 1? Can't you just simplify that to 2 whole? I think you can. So it'd be 2x and then minus 3. See, up here, a half can't be simplified. That's a fraction. It's in lowest terms. Okay, next up. Y equals. So we find where it crosses the y-axis. Right there, it'd be 0. And find another point moving this way, and it looks like you're going down, okay? Because again, I don't even look at the negative side of the x, okay? It's all about this way. So you're going down, so that would be subtraction as the operation. And I have to find a coordinate point, and that one looks good right there, okay? So from here to here, that's down 1. So I'm subtracting 1 every time the x goes over 1, okay? So it's 1 over 1, x. Because you see the x has to be there because it repeats itself an infinite number of times. It keeps on doing it for infinity. Now, you need to write that in proper form. Now, -1 over 1 is -1. So it'd be -1x. And then you don't need to put plus 0 because 0 is nothing. Okay? I mean, you can put it. That's the equation. Okay, next one. Y equals. Where are you at on the y-axis? you're 4 units up, so you start at 4. Remember I said start, you're like, well, it doesn't start. Well, it does if I think of it in this terms, okay, 4. From there it goes down, so I would subtract from 4. And as far as what I subtract, I got to find another coordinate. Right there is probably the first good one I come across. So when I go from here to here, I'm going down 2 units. So 2, I'm subtracting 2 every time we go over 1. Okay, so it's 2 over 1 x. Now rewrite that in proper formation. You need the x to come first. It's right there, but you got to divide the 2 by the 1, which is 2. So that's 2x, negative 2x, because it'd be negative. And then the 4 is positive. I'm adding 4. As far as why it has to be written like that, it's just on ACT and stuff. That's how it's going to be. Okay, now my last one, y equals. So this is my y-axis. Where does that line hit the y-axis? Right there. That's 2 down. So we start at negative 2. Then from there we're going up, so I would be adding. As far as what I'm adding, I got to find a coordinate, and you have to look a little ways. Right there, okay? Not a ways, I guess. Now, how many squares are you vertically from here to here? 1, 2, 3. So 3. So you're going to add 3, but you add 3 every time you go 2 to the right. So it's 3 over 2x. You need the x there because it keeps on going up 3 over 2, up 3 over 2 repeatedly, okay, throughout the entirety of the line. So rewrite that. It's going to be 3 over 2x first, and then minus 2. Okay.